So the question of whether or not a woman loses value as she ages is a really contentious debate online. But before I break down what that actually means, it's first important to understand context. If the context of the conversation is based upon the overall value of being a human being, obviously the answer to that question is no, right? A man or a woman is valuable whether or not they are a infant, whether or not they are graduating from high school, or whether or not they are in their golden years, right? There is a value that the human life has that does not change with age. However, our functions do change and vary based upon our age, based upon our gender, based upon where we are in life. So now when you're looking at the function of a relationship, right? Within the context of a relationship, values do change. Just like a woman isn't going to value a overweight poor man the same way she's going to value a man who is tall, handsome, attractive, and has money, just like they're not going to be valued the same way, is the exact same way a woman who is young and fit and beautiful and has zero bodies, no kids, is going to be valued differently than a woman who's maybe in her 50s and has two kids and a divorce under her belt. You see what I'm saying? So when the conversation comes up on whether or not women lose value as they age, we have to understand the context of that question is based upon the function and based upon the condition of relationships. Essentially, how heterosexuality works. Women lose value as they age is not saying that they lose value as a human being. It is, however, letting you know how heterosexual men that you are attracted to are perceiving you. This is not an insult. This is not misogynistic. This is not them trying to put you down or put down Black women. This is literally the way male heterosexuality functions. And this question arose again based upon a recent clip that went viral of Ebony K. Williams, who basically broke down the harsh reality of how heterosexuality works. Women generally value resources, they generally value accomplishments, they generally value money. Therefore, men's value usually increases over time. Why? Because they tend to have more money and resources the older they get. Whereas men don't really value that. They tend to value looks, fertility, youth, beauty, all things that are a lot easier to come across among younger women. This has been documented for years now scientifically. She breaks this down. Check it out.
Reality that needs to be said out loud is that as Black men age, their desirability increases. Thus, their optionality of women is always expanding. And the exact opposite is true for Black women. As we age, doesn't matter how much money we accumulate, our degrees or professional accolades, the reality is that our marriage and partnership market value is depreciating with every passing year. No matter how good we look, no matter how fit we are, men are still seeing primarily our presumed dwindling fertility as a knock against us. And speaking of fertility, that is another reason that I want younger Black women to seek marriage and partnership in college or right after, if that's what they choose. Because the number of college-educated Black men is so low when compared to Black college-educated women that we're all going to be targeting the same small pool of men. And as we heard today, on most campuses, there's like 7 Black women students for every 1 Black man student. Y'all do the math. So here's my advice. If you are a young Black woman in college and you know in your heart and in your head that you want to prioritize family, I suggest that you simultaneously pursue that MRS degree right along with that BA or JD. Because the handful of Black college-age men that actually do desire to get married soon, and they do share that value system, and family is a priority for them too, y'all, that is an incredibly small pool, and it's shrinking as you get older. And by the time you reach my age, 40, you will be faced with different choices relating to life partnership and motherhood. Now, I'm not saying that delaying marriage or motherhood is a bad option, but it's one that comes with its own consequences. And our women deserve to know on the front end of their decision making instead of on the back half.
Of course, she got a lot of pushback from what she shared, but really, again, I think this boils down to essentially how heterosexuality works. As a woman, you absolutely have the right to feel that what she said and what's being suggested here is wrong and misogynistic and bad. You have the right to feel that. But ultimately, if you are attracted to men and you are attracted to a certain kind of man, it's important that you understand what they actually like and what they're actually attracted to. And really, no amount of shaming and guilting and trying to change gender norms or trying to change biology is going to impact what men are attracted to. And she's not even saying that it's wrong for a woman to wait to get married, wait to try to settle down. Women absolutely have the right to wait however long that they want to marry. I think, again, what's just trying to be reiterated is that know that whatever path you choose, there are going to be consequences. I've said this multiple times before. I'm glad that she's finally saying it because it's true. If you decide to marry early and settle down early, yeah, there maybe are certain freedoms that you're giving up, but there's also other benefits. Whereas if you decide to forgo marriage and you decide to focus on yourself, yeah, maybe you have certain freedoms, but you're also going to be forgoing specific benefits. And then again, when you do decide to try to marry later, once you're older, it's just not going to be as easy. There's going to be more people who are already previously married or no longer maybe even interested in marriage. Maybe some of them are going for people half their age. Men are, because men have that option. It's easier for them to do that. And it just gets more complicated. So again, this is not anybody trying to say that women are horrible and that they have no value past a certain age. I broke this down. That's obviously not true. But if you understand what men value, and if you specifically are a woman who is wanting the top tier man, however you define that, you just have to know the competition gets more fierce the older you get because they essentially have more options. You can agree or disagree. You can be mad at that. You can be mad at me. You can be mad at her. You can be mad at God, whatever. But male heterosexuality is what it is, and I don't know that it's anything we can really change. But anyways, those are my thoughts. What do you think? Do you agree or do you disagree? Let me know. Leave your questions, comments, concerns in the comment section below. Thank you so much for listening if you've gotten this far, and we'll talk later. Bye.